crystalline spires of Zephyria Prime gleamed under twin suns as James Martinez checked his diplomatic escort assignment one final time. Princess Lisa Valderon of the Terran Federation stood beside him, her ceremonial robes flowing in the alien world's gentle breeze. What should have been a routine peace summit was about to become something far more dangerous. "Stay close to me, Your Highness," James murmured, his hand instinctively moving to his sidearm. Something felt wrong about this place. The Zephyrian guards moved with too much tension, their six-limbed forms rigid with barely contained aggression. Lisa nodded, her diplomatic training evident in her composed demeanor despite the obvious unease. "The Queen Zarathix specifically requested this meeting. We can't afford to offend them. Their alliance could tip the balance of the sector war." The massive doors to the throne chamber hissed open, revealing a cavern of impossible beauty. Bioluminescent walls pulsed with ethereal light, and in the center sat Queen Zarathix herself, a magnificent being whose translucent skin shimmered, with patterns that seemed to move independently of her form, her four eyes fixed on the human delegation with predatory interest. "Welcome, Princess of the Small Pink Beings." The Queen's voice resonated through implanted translators, carrying harmonics that made James's spine tingle. "And welcome to you, Guardian Warrior. Your reputation precedes you." James felt a chill. His reputation? He was just a security officer, albeit one with combat experience from the Outer Rim conflicts. What could these beings possibly know about him? The ceremony proceeded normally at first. Treaties were discussed, trade agreements proposed, territorial boundaries negotiated. But James noticed the Queen's attention kept drifting to him, her alien features unreadable, yet somehow hungry. Then the attack came. Rebel Zephyrians burst through hidden passages, their weapons crackling with bioelectric energy. James reacted on pure instinct, throwing himself between the attackers and Princess Lisa. The first energy bolt meant for her struck him instead, sending white-hot pain through his shoulder. "Get down!" he shouted, drawing his weapon with his good arm. Human military training kicked in as he laid down suppressing fire, his projectile weapons surprisingly effective against the crystalline architecture that provided the rebels cover. What happened next defied all expectations. Instead of taking cover, Queen Zarathix rose from her throne, her form seeming to expand and shift. She let out a sound that wasn't quite a roar, wasn't quite a song, something that made the very air vibrate with power. The rebel Zephyrians froze mid-attack, their weapons falling from nerveless appendages. "You dare attack in my presence?" The Queen's voice now carried undertones of absolute authority. "You threaten those under my protection?" The rebels were subdued quickly by loyal guards, but James barely noticed. He was focused on keeping Princess Lisa safe, even as his shoulder burned and his vision swam. When the immediate danger passed, he finally allowed himself to sink to one knee. "James!" Lisa rushed to his side, her diplomatic composure cracking. "You're hurt. We need to get you medical attention." But Queen Zarathix was suddenly there, moving with fluid grace that seemed to defy physics. She knelt beside James, and he found himself staring into four eyes that held depths he couldn't fathom. "You took harm meant for another," she said, her voice oddly gentle now. "You placed yourself between death and one you are sworn to protect. This is admirable, more than admirable. Among my people, such sacrifice creates bonds that cannot be easily severed." James tried to stand, but the Queen's hand, surprisingly warm and solid despite its translucent appearance, pressed against his uninjured shoulder. "Your Majesty, I was just doing my job. Princess Lisa's safety is my responsibility." The Queen's expression shifted, patterns of light racing across her features in what James somehow recognized as amusement. "Just doing your job? Guardian Warrior, you speak of duty as if it were a simple thing. But I have studied your species' military records. I know of your actions on Kepler Station, when you held a breach single-handedly for 6 hours to allow civilian evacuation. I know of the mining colony where you walked into a reactor facility others deemed too dangerous, saving 300 lives at the cost of radiation poisoning that should have killed you." James felt his blood run cold. How could she possibly Know about classified operations? About incidents that weren't even in his official record? Your Majesty, Princess Lisa interjected diplomatically, while we're honored by your attention to Commander Martinez's service record, we should return to our ship for medical treatment. The summit can continue once. No. The single word carried such finality that both humans fell silent. Queen Zarathix stood, her form seeming to tower over them despite her actual height being no greater than a tall human. Among the Zephyrian people, one who sheds blood in protection of another under royal observation becomes bound. It is our oldest law, older than our space travel, older than our civilization's memory. The guardian warrior has proven his worth. He will remain. I'm sorry? James struggled to his feet, adrenaline overriding his injury. Your Majesty, I appreciate the honor, but I can't stay. I have duties to the Federation. The Queen's patterns shifted to something that might have been sadness, might have been determination. You misunderstand, brave James Martinez. This is not a request, nor is it punishment. It is recognition. You have shown the highest virtue known to my people, selfless protection of the innocent. By our laws, by our very nature, we cannot allow such nobility to leave our protection. Princess Lisa stepped forward, her diplomatic training taking over. Your Majesty, surely we can negotiate some form of compromise. Commander Martinez is valuable to the Federation, but we recognize your customs and... There is no negotiation in this matter, young princess. Your warrior has proven himself beyond doubt. He will be honored, protected, given status and comfort beyond imagination. But he cannot leave. Our bond laws are absolute. James felt the weight of the situation settling on him like a physical force. He looked at Princess Lisa, saw the conflict. In her eyes, the diplomat warring with the friend who didn't want to abandon him. It's all right, he said quietly, surprised by his own calm. Your Highness, complete the mission. The alliance is more important than one man. Queen Zarathix's pattern shifted again, this time to something unmistakably pleased. You see? Even now faced with exile from everything he knows, he thinks first of duty, of others. This is why he must stay. This is why we cannot let such purity of purpose leave our protection. As Princess Lisa was escorted away under guard, honored guard, the Queen assured her, for the return journey, James found himself alone with an alien ruler whose obsession with his sense of duty had just made him a prisoner in paradise. The Queen approached him one final time, her four eyes gleaming with something that transcended mere admiration. Welcome home, guardian warrior James Martinez. Your watch begins now. Outside the crystalline palace, twin suns set on James's old life as his new one began, protector to a queen who would never let protection itself leave her sight. In the end, his greatest strength had become his most beautiful cage.